Hey everyone,
This is T3M.
And this is a fucking review.
So today we're gonna be reviewing Mythica, A Quest for Heroes.
Oh, what a doozy it was!
You might be asking what the fuck that movie is.
It's
Let me
Lord
tell
of
you.
the Rings!
It's Lord of the Rings on a lower budget.
It's basically Lord of the Rings, but their movie budget got cut at like $10,000.
It's made by Sunworld Pictures and Aerosmith.
Arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
Well, I thought it was Arrowhead Smith. I don't.
Aerostorm, idiot.
Aerostorm.
Shit.
Aerostorm.
That.
And it features the likes of Kevin Sorbo.
Whoever the fuck that is.
He played he played Leonidas' right-hand man in 300.
I've never saw 300.
I did.
He in this movie he plays Go-Jun Pai and has about 5 minutes of screen time in the
Because
beginning.
that's all they could afford.
That's all
with
they
their
could afford himself.
Kickstarter.
So there's 5 movies of Mythica, and we watched one, and it was about an hour and 32 minutes of.
I think it was 2 hours actually.
No, I think it was 132.
Like they had some
Oh, yeah,
things that they did really good, but they fucked up on everything else.
They fucked up.
The characters, you know what? Surprisingly, the best characters was the one guy, the fucking sword throwing guy.
The drunk dude.
drunk
who
dude.
had-
The drunk
drunk
dude.
dude.
The drunk dude.
The
who
drunk
had
dude
a
because
teleporting sword.
he had actual motivation. The Tila girl, she didn't really have that much character, but she actually
had a
had
backstory.
motivation. She had a backstory.
to get her
And
sister.
And the character, what bothered me the most about the main character, she had that leg injury, right? And you're like, you want to figure out why does she have that leg injury? What is her story? All you know is that she's like a slave. Later in the story, she has like fucking dark shade Vader shit happen to her, and she's like turning evil. But then it's like, oh, it's just a dream, and she goes through like this weird shit. You don't even get any plot on her at all.
She fucking like turns into an Oni and starts sucking your life force out of you.
And there's this one part where like the Mortal Kombat gong plays and she sucks someone's soul and she turns into like Shang Tsung. I swear to God.
And then there's this one time where she's like spawning the snake. Like she does the first time, she spawns her snake and it's like made out of smoke and it's complete horse shit, and she blows up her kitchen and she does this real nice stumble backwards. But then you go on to a little bit later in the movie when she's rescuing one of her stupid friends that ran away and probably didn't really deserve to get saved. She spawned the fucking like giant cobra out of some fire or some shit, and you're just like, what the fuck? Where was this?
The cobra didn't even kill anyone.
Yeah, it literally just sat there as a
But
distraction.
let's not go into the effects yet. First, we need to go on to the setting. The setting was
fizzy.
what?
It's a sparkling.
Don't no sponsors.
It wasn't a sponsor.
The setting. I think that they have some good setting. They made some good buildings.
Skyrim houses.
Yes, Skyrim houses.
CGI!
No, that's later. That's a later segment.
It's later. We can't talk about that yet. Not yet. The plot. Oh my, the plot.
The introduction had Tila, who was like one of the queen ladies that was trying to save her sister. And apparently her sister got taken by some big fat ogre dude. And that's all I figured out from the beginning. And
Yeah,
so
that
some
was
random Asian dude that you saw 3 different times in the movie who literally said probably like 8 words in all time. He's just
And
trying to get
he was
information.
he was worked up to be a villain in the beginning, and he had nothing to do.
And then
with the
in
plot.
the end of the first one, he just spoiler alert right here, but like you look zoom in on
He pulls
him.
a Michael Jackson Thriller.
He does pull that shit. His eyes turn into a fucking jaguar's bullshit, and he's about to shoot you with his laser eyes, and he's like,
And okay, and like again, what I said about the characters, there's no like character plot. It just goes through the motions. You don't even know what like Merrick's motivation is. Merrick, Dick.
I'm pretty sure it was Merrick because I think I heard
It was Merrick. It was Merrick.
Mer-
Yeah, because the
Alright.
thief dude said Merrick once.
Yeah, but like, hold on. What are these names? Merrick by Melanie Stone. Dagon. Like, it says Dagon, but I'm like, it's Dagon.
It's
Dagon.
I think it's
Dagon. It's Dagon,
Might have been
but
Dagon.
like Dagon.
by Jake Stormone.
Stormoen.
Tila by Nicola Posner.
Stormone. Tila by Nicola Posner.
Gujun Pai as Kevin Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo, the only good thing about this movie. And then Hammerhead, Christopher Robin Miller, is some fucking dwarf.
Whose nose is literally like the size.
It looks like a butt.
There's a line going right down it.
It's literally Italy.
It's Italy.
Oh, now we
Okay,
got.
honestly, on the plot, I couldn't follow what the fuck was going on half the
Not
time.
really.
I mean, I was paying attention for the most part, and then the one thing I understood is that they just needed to get the sister, and that's really all I understood.
Yeah. And then, like, some weird shit happened when they fought the troll because they were trying to rescue someone. It just so happened that they fought the troll again because they just had to rescue the friends. And I think, didn't they just stumble upon the sister and say, oh, hey, the troll took the sister too. Let's save her.
No, I
Like,
think in the beginning that, after the failed mission in the like the swamp area where you see the Asian dude like get that other extra life force thingy majigger.
Yeah, when he pulled the Shang Tsung.
Yeah, and the thief got pissed and he says like, all right, I came here with the promise of money and I want my silver. And she says,
no, bitch, I don't got it.
I don't have your silver right now. You'll get it later. And she's just like, it only appears to me and it comes to me now that my sister probably could have gotten taken by the fucking ogre in the beginning of the movie.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the music. Music, it was like it had good music. Like, it was decent for a movie film. But in the one scene in the beginning,
the beginning scene,
the one scene in the beginning where they were cooking the potions.
They're making some potion. This is the potion that had the smoky snake.
And it's supposed to be like evil, crazy potion. And
a
it's
nice
playing
love song.
Yeah, it was playing like
Playing a
the
love
lute.
song.
You know, at the beginning of The Hobbit when it's going over the hills with like a flute. That's what it was. That was the song. That was the But
Literally, that was the only song that was actually playing throughout the entire movie. I don't think they had any others.
it was like the action song, which was actuing it was pretty decent.
The action song
The
was the
action song
same
was not
thing,
that bad.
except with a catchier beat and like more.
But they
let's
actually
drop the
fit the
beat.
scenario. It actually fit the scenario. I thought it was better than. It was better than. All right, so now we're gonna talk about. So I want to do the effects for last because it's the best part. Let's go into props. Props. What?
Their costumes were decent. They made
Costume
them
and
look like
props.
they
Costume.
were-
Yeah.
Their costumes made them look like they
Costumes
were in the
were-
Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really. They were. It fit though, except for like the sword throw guy. Later, once he got his stuff, he like just wore like 10
He wore like
pelts on
10
his
different
back.
animals on his fucking back.
They
Yeah,
were
if you
just
ferrets,
like he
maybe
got a
a wolf,
mountain
and
of fur.
got a
Like
giraffe.
Reinhardt from Overwatch. His back is bigger than Reinhardt's back because of how much fur he's carrying.
Shield.
Like I remember he got shot by an arrow. He was literally using his back as a shield for his comrades.
Literally,
He was so
he
large.
Put his like wolf cape or some shit over there. And it's just like, I am your shield.
Oh god.
Oh my god. But the costumes were pretty good. It's just another thing bothers me is that one costume on the case for the movie for the main character.
Never
It's
appeared.
not even in the
not
movie.
in the movie.
It
It's
never
not in the movie.
I guess they just, took that picture thinking they were gonna use that, and I guess they just went a different direction, and then they didn't want to like change.
Yeah,
their
and
photo shoot.
I also like how they put Kevin Sorbo right, like his huge face right in the front, like, oh, it's Kevin Sorbo.
In case you couldn't realize, or maybe you thought it looked like a rock, because it really does look like a rock. The ogre's in the top right.
But he looks so much better on the cover though.
He looks better on the cover than
No,
he
that's
does in
that
movie.
was the mini ogres. That's not the main one. The main one's right down there.
Wait, there's a mini one. When was there a
That
mini
was
one?
the mini ones.
The
Remember
mini
when they were?
goblins were
But
they
the
wore the
goblins
shitty
were-
masks.
Those were like orky dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
orcs.
that's the-
whatever.
they wore
That's
the
them.
shitty masks.
That's them.
Was it? No.
Yes,
no.
it was. Yeah, it was.
No way.
Yeah, it was.
I don't feel.
Oh,
I don't feel
okay.
the rights.
Okay.
Fuck.
Are you guys ready? Oh, effects time.
No,
oh,
you're not ready.
oh, Jesus. Oh, the effects. Oh, might I tell you, this is
All
the
right.
best effects.
First, the ogre.
Oh, the ogre that was the
giant
final,
ogre.
the final boss. And
He
I
would
say,
swing his arm, And then they would change the screen, and then the person would jump backwards.
Yeah, you didn't even see them get physically hit. And like, I say final boss because his quality is like a PS2 game. And the spiders in the spider scene, that was the one time they didn't choose to use effects. They used like puppets.
They used prop spiders.
They used prop spiders that were like puppets that they wiggled across the ground with probably a plastic tube that was in their ass.
No. Okay, wait. We went to the store earlier this morning. We went to a Halloween store. Those spiders that we saw at the Halloween store, I bet that's what they used.
I was thinking the exact same thing. They used your standard Halloween spider decorations.
And
the cobwebs.
The cobwebs they had were also the standard Halloween stretchy weird cotton cobweb shits. I'm pretty sure they're cotton. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they stretch like a motherfucker. And, you know, they're pretty cool, but they overuse them in some areas, so literally it looks just like a rope. So there's some sections that are pretty good looking, and then you look back a little bit, and you just see a giant rope of just white. And you're just like, they just give up halfway making that web, and they're just like, fuck, dude, this is a lot of work. It's close enough. I wonder if this was like, to turn into a teacher for like a directing class or something like that in college, or like a student film. Like, if
yeah, we were
was
thinking
like
it was a student film because here it literally had a Kickstarter. The first film had a Kickstarter.
If they did that, it's like if it was turning it in, I want to know what grade they got.
And I put
like
the quote
for a student film. This wouldn't be that bad.
It would be pretty good for a student film.
Yeah.
My favorite quote that I got from Searching is Kevin Sorbo literally said that he acts in a movie like Lord of the Rings where I play someone like Gandalf.
I'm pretty sure that was a legitimate quote by him.
Yeah, I put it down there and I found it.
Is he even really that famous?
He's
like semi-famous.
He's semi-famous, but
that's
to
why
them,
they could
he's
only
too expensive.
Yeah.
So that's why they had 4 other random people, and then they have the weird dwarf dude. That looks
Kevin
like
Sorbo. They put him on the front because they're like, you know what? People know Kevin Sorbo.
You know where how they got Hammerhead? He was the one dwarf that didn't make the cut in Hobbit.
So they're like, here, bud, have a second chance.
Look, you can be a dwarf in the remake to the more.
Oh, by the way, this is free time talk now, I guess.
I guess we came out of some nice effects because their effects were just.
It's too much to talk about. Oh dear,
it's
PS2 games. Man. Okay, so this is free time talk. Basically, we talk about the thoughts that we think are important to talk about during the movie, which is mostly rant.
Okay, cool. Can we talk about the beautiful castle and their crooked horizon? Their horizon and their sun were crooked. Their horizon, it's actually supposed to be, a straight line, 180 degrees, full across, and it was bent. It had a few curves in it. They thought it'd make some cool effects, but oh my god.
That frame altogether was just so broken.
They tried to hide their castle with a bunch of plants.
Yeah, they put a bunch of plants right in your face and fuzzed them out. The castle behind looked like it was made of Play-Doh.
I love Play-Doh.
And they had like sun glare so abruptly bright. It was brisk.
Real brisk. It was brisk.
Oh my god. And
there's just so much about this movie that like the first movie is called Mythica, A Quest for Heroes. And it's one of those things where you collect your heroes when you're going through your adventure. She started to start her quest, she lied that she had a team. And then, she picks them up along the way. She gets some nice drunk dude that saves her earlier in the movie.
And you got like your
I just
typical.
remembered something. I just remembered something.
What?
Okay, so you know when the drunk guy was captured?
Yeah, when he was in a cage.
Yeah. You know when they were running away?
Yeah. Oh, he damn! He damn! Okay, so what happens is once they get the drunk guy got imprisoned for killing a bunch of people to save the slave girl because she's stupid and got captured. So the drunk guy gets imprisoned in one of them giant cages that they use to put people in, and it's like hanging from something, so you're like kind of off the ground and in like a nice human cage. It's a kind of bad, and so. The lady does some nice wish-wash spell or some shit like that and breaks the lock that's on there and lets him out. And then the guard's like, he's like, hey, what are you doing over there? And then he starts chasing after him. And, she just keeps running. And the guy that she just broke out, what was his name? His name was,
I can't remember. We'll just call him
right? Was it
no,
Dagan?
Dagan was the freaking. He was the thief guy.
Wait, so
I don't think I have that guy's down. It didn't tell me that was an important plot character.
Okay. Well, anyway, he turns around. Well, he doesn't really turn around, but he faces the screen, and then he's just like, "Wait a minute, I have an idea." And then he dabs and turns around and flips some dude over.
Yeah,
his
it's
shoulder.
like he was turning around to face him, but he was so engaged in turning that he forgot to keep his arms still, and he just flopped to his side and made a dab.
He just went. I mean, honestly, I know you couldn't see that, but I just dabbed, and it was. I'm like twisting my neck right now.
Stop.
And I think I kind of hyperextended it a little bit. So
Well.
there it goes. There we go.
Oh Jesus! I heard that.
That is a little bit better.
Oh my God.
Honestly,
I found it!
Oh, did you find his name?
Apparently his name is Thane.
Thane.
Thane?
Thane. I didn't even hear that the entire movie.
His name is Thane and the actor's name is Adam Johnson.
Adam Johnson.
So Adam Johnson, yo, props for that dab.
Yeah, dude, you're a real savage. If you ever end up watching this, which you probably won't, because I don't even know who the fuck you are, and you probably don't know who we are. But awesome.
All right. I think it's time for our rating.
Our rating. Oh boy.
Lordy.
All right, so we're gonna do a rating scale on 1 to 10, and we're gonna average it by 3, since there are 3 of us. Ariane, what is your score?
Dude, I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Like, it wasn't bad
All right,
to get a 1.
all right. Should we be thinking in the aspect of it actually being a student film, or it being like a Hollywood film?
Well, it was. I think because I'm pretty sure when it was released in August, which August 14th, which is during.
The release date was December 8th, 2014.
Oh, December 8th. That's during the holiday blockbuster season, which is the second biggest time to release movies.
Oh shit.
So they were trying to release something that was good. They were trying to release something quality.
Do you think they just kind of rushed in it just to get it out there?
Probably. It looked like it had good elements to it. Like there's parts where they really tried, like the attire. I know they tried on the music, but they just didn't have enough of it. Like they didn't have a diversity to the music. It was decent, but it didn't hit the mark, especially for that season.
I need a number.
He needs a number.
Go with 3.
A 3.
3.
3 out of 10.
Okay, you?
I'm going with a 4.
A 4. All right, I'm gonna hit it with a nice 2.
2? Alright.
Let me explain my reasoning for the 2. You'll come to know I'm a dick. Here's the 2. Beginning. What the fuck is going on? You see 3 people. One person gets this weird glowing rock, and then she gets captured by an ogre, and then this dude gets fucking sucked his face out of him. I know. So yeah, a 2. You have no idea what the fuck is going on in the goddamn motherfucking beginning. The 2 sisters, I believe, are in the beginning, and they don't have the same hair in the beginning than they do later in the film. Literally, they start with brunette hair, and then one of them transfers some red hair, and then they get even brighter red hair, and it just changes throughout the movie. Did they change actresses? Did they just change their hair color and then forget that they were filming a movie? Or did they just
I
like...
think the lighting was really messed up at times.
The lighting was fucked up at sometimes. Like, sometimes you're in a cave and you're
Especially when they were in dark
just like,
areas.
and the clouds were literally just like smoke.
Yeah, they had like a gif of smoke passing
Exactly.
by.
But everyone's like the characters were weak. Like you had the only person you
tried with
really
some. They tried
knew
with some.
something about was the thief and the healer. Like
Yeah, the thief, the healer, and a little bit about Sword Guy. Just a little
the,
bit about
the
Sword
drunk dude.
Thane, yeah.
Thane.
Yeah, and
Thane of
which
course.
is a huge problem because we got like minimum story on our side characters, nothing about our protagonist.
Yeah.
Our protagonist, the only thing I really wanted to know about her was what the fuck was going on with her leg.
And all we knew is that like, and then like the only line that we got that had lore or anything behind it was that like,
When
oh,
they
the
heal-
gods do not want us to heal it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
gods
like,
do not say so.
She does this weird, nice smiling bit where she like looks up and was like,
Oh yeah, when she's talking and she's trying to express something, she'll like look up, then nod her head and smile and talk. I don't know why she does that. She's like, join me, companions.
I am a magic wielder.
It is time for our adventure, my friends.
And then everybody starts laughing and then throws her out. And then literally though, like we made some nice pause scenes and we went frame by frame and we saw some pretty good faces. And
The face expression.
the facial expression of her when she's being thrown out of this restaurant or bar or whatever she was in. Her face like got blurred out as we were going frame by frame, and she literally looked like she had no face.
She looked like she was being melted.
She really, this is like you just grabbed an eraser and just erased all of her face except for like her eye holes and some nostrils in her mouth because her mouth was wide open like she's ready to get a dick in there.
No. And then there's the first time we met the drunk guy. The
Oh
drunk
my-
guy
the guy-
with the medieval pimp guy.
And the guy ran into him and he like had this ooh face.
He had like picture like his face. He's like open mouth.
Okay, so you know the face you make when you stub your toe? And I don't know if like you've stubbed your toe, it's fucking funny, but it hurts like shit. And this guy looks like this girl kind of like stepped on his foot and he's just like, oh! Ow! And he starts laughing and he goes, "Watch where you're going!" And then he figures out she's a slave. And then he takes her thinking he could sell her on the market. But no, Thane, the big boy drunk man, who's actually a pretty chill dude, gets up, starts talking shit to them, and he goes, "You better watch who you're messing with." And then he kills his 3 buddies. And the first kill was obviously the best kill. Somehow, this is just godly power. He takes out his sword. He wields it behind his back. He throws it. And then you get the slow motion scene about it, like, I don't know, like a foot away from, where he threw it in the middle of the corridor. And then the camera pans to the dude and he automatically has a sword in his neck. You do not see it enter. You did not see it fly anymore. It just teleported there. Magic. Like, the real magic of the movie was that fucking sword.
The sword.
Nothing about healing goddess. Nothing about necromancy. I'm talking teleporting fucking sword.
It's like when you lag in a video game. You got some nice teleportation lag.
Oh my god. All right, so we got
We gotta get our rating.
3.
But that's
4,
why I
and
chose a
2.
2.
3, 4, and 2.
4,
So
and 2.
isn't just the
Average gotta be like 3.
isn't it just 3? Here you can do a check with the math right here. That's 42, my friend.
You don't know how to use a calculator.
Fuck you! I don't use my phone calculator. I got like a TI 84 plus bullshit that's actually really expensive, and I don't know why it's a calculator because it's like fucking. Mine was like 150. I don't fucking know. All right, what were our numbers?
Textbooks,
2
am I
plus
right?
4 plus 3. No, just I hit 43 again.
Damn it.
2 plus
43 is in
4
42.
plus 3.
That was
Okay,
a
that
6.
equals 9. So
That was a 6.
We're okay.
Let me see. Let me do it.
No, because 2 plus 4 equals 6.
Oh yeah.
What about his 4?
2 plus 4 equals
Wait.
No, you do 2 plus
4 plus 3, 6 plus 3 equals 9.
And
you
then
divide that
9
by
divided
3.
by 3, and our average was 3. Why was it so hard to find our fucking average?
I knew it was 3 because we both had like a freaking split.
I even called 3. Are you depressed now?
No, okay. The rating is 3. 3.0, my dudes.
Here, I'll cheer you guys up.
I might have to cut that out.
Nonsense. Okay, so
3.
3 is our rating.
yeah, okay.
3
3
is our rating.
number. 3
the
is our
rating
magic
was
number.
3 out of 10. And the only way that I would recommend you watch this movie is if you're either drunk, making fun of a movie, like, you know, some Mystery Science Theater 3000 shit.
I don't know. Some people like to watch movies that are bad just to have a good laugh at it.
Same,
Like
though.
if
I
this
do
was
that.
like if this was rating, if we were rating it because it was a student film, this probably would have got like a solid 6 or
Yeah.
like even a 7. But this, we're rating it by movie standpoint. This was released during the holiday blockbuster season, one of the biggest seasons. This is usually when the likes of Star Wars are released, and it's fucking Mythica.
Don't watch it.
Mythica, Lord of the Rings. That's it. The rating is 3. Have a good night, everyone.
T3M is out!